Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the realistic Patrolman SW-60, and I perform an evening medium wave band scan. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is, the Patrolman SW-60 by Realistic. You can find this radio on eBay currently running between $40 to $50 range, some going up to $60 for mint examples. $40 gets you a decent one, might be a little beat up. If you wait, you might get a mint example for the same price. Just something to watch. I have links below. Check it out. If you support this channel, that'd be awesome. Great radio. I love it. It's been about 4 years since I brought this radio out, so I figured I'd reintroduce it to the channel. So here it is. Let's go ahead and look at the features. Go to the left-hand side here. We have a headphone jack, 1/4 inch. Nice. This cool design. Loving it. Timeless. It is pretty cool. Loving the dial here. Patrolman SW-60. As you can see, we have an AM dial. 540 to 1600. During the day, mine goes to 1640. FM, 88 to 108. Shortwave looks like 6 megahertz to 18 megahertz. We have VHF air and high, which is the air band, and it leads into the ham bands, weather band, and the upper VHF. And then vhf-low, we have 30 to 50 megahertz. Once in a while, I'll pick up a fire call on that, which is cool. And UHF, let's see, I can't read that there, 450 to 512. I really haven't heard anything on UHF on this radio. Log scale there, nice. We have a light button. When this is pressed, 2 little dim incandescent bulbs light up. People have changed those out and put LEDs in. I'm going to keep mine original. It's always good to be original. It's AC or battery. Yeah, I'm not going to open it up. It runs on 4C batteries or runs on an AC. Now, it has an AC cord built in, which you won't lose. I do like that when they do that. Here we have the metal speaker grill with a 4-inch speaker behind there with nice tone. I like the tone on that. There's no tone control, but that speaker sounds fantastic. Tuning knob. As you can see, we got coarse tuning, and we have fine tuning in the middle. I'll be using the fine tuning. It's really nice and easy to use. Squelch for your air band and VHF. And over here we have the volume and on-off control. Right hand side of the radio, we have the selector for going through different bands. You just turn that knob, and the little orange indicator will tell you where you're at on the radio. Top of the radio with built-in handle. And on the back here we have 2 antennas, a UHF 9-inch antenna, and our FM, VHF, and shortwave antenna. This one goes out to 30 inches. And each one, when you pull them all the way up, they have elbows on them at the bottom, so you can bend them around almost 360, but the handle does get in the way. So go to the back of the radio, we have the frequency chart. You can see frequencies in detail there. It shows AM going 520 to 1620, nice. And of course there's shortwave. And then your air band. So it has, like I said, it runs on 4C cell batteries and has AC. And over here we have an external antenna, I believe that's hooked up to the shortwave or FM portion. So that's that slip-in type. I'm not sure what connector that is. You guys would know. A little old school for me. I'm not sure. Definitely a different kind of setup. And behind here is 4C batteries and the AC cord. It was a tight fitting, so I'm not going to try to open that up. This was made in Korea, by the way. There you go. Custom manufactured in Korea for Radio Shack. Yeah, good old Radio Shack, right? So they had a couple models. This is the SW-60. They also had a CB-60, which is pretty cool. I'm going to try to pick up the CB-60 in the future if I can find a good example of the CB-60. I always see the CB-60s beat up, and these SW-60s are always nice. I don't know why that is. So let's go ahead and do a little size comparison. I have CC Pocket in the house, little 3x5 radio. The current time is 9:46 p.m. That's Central Daylight Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. Sundown was around 9 o'clock. And then we have CC Skywave. In case I get lost in the band, I can take this out and get this located. For dial accuracy, it's pretty good in some areas, and then it kind of loses some accuracy, then gains it again. So I'm not going to mess around with trying to figure that out. Because up here it gets really good, And down here it's okay, and in the middle it's kind of off, so I'm just going to leave it. But if we get lost, we'll have Skywave here. It's a nice little portable. And if you don't have those two radios for size comparison, I do have a deck of cards. Standard playing size. There you go. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves shortwave radios from realistic land. Iron Man. Alright, cool. Let's turn this thing on and see what we can hear tonight. Always a joy. So we're at the bottom of the AM band. You can see where we're indicated there. Oh, cool. We're picking up 530. This is CHLO, Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles away. I'm going to bring in a Terk Advantage Passive Loop. And I'm going to put it perpendicular to the top of the radio, where the internal antenna is. That internal antenna is a 4-inch antenna. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can't boost it. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, I'm all the way up on this thing. Okay, let's tune it. Getting some lightning strikes, distant lightning strikes. Okay, I can barely pick it up now. Alright, it faded away. It was there though. Cool. Let's go to our next station. This is 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. When I turn it to the north or south, it'll pick up the station and it'll improve.
The point of view of why this happened.
See, but even just for me, even if that were the case, even if it were the case, we moved it from discretionary to mandatory, I don't care. It should be mandatory spending.
Right.
Every dollar of it's being spent on veterans. Every dollar of it's being
cool.
spent.
So WAUK 540, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts. Now I'm hearing another station.
I don't get the.
What did they get out of it?
There we go. This direction. The lady's voice. So that lady's voice is CBK 540 Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is pretty far. It's 1,025 miles. It's awesome. It's not impressive sounding, but sometimes it comes in pretty clear.
Just by living within a global capitalist economy and the imperial histories that built it, I was implicated in the system of control and education that I've studied, the digitization of social life, the global war on terror.
A lot of different stations. Wow, I hear music playing. This is cool. Probably picking up Cuba, actually. Very cool. So yeah, we're picking up Watrous, Saskatchewan. Nice. And the passive loop is Terk Advantage. Is doing a fantastic job with this radio during the day and the evening. You could use the AN200 from Texan or the Select Antenna by Seagram. These are really nice. They need no batteries. They're passive because there's no direct connection. They harness the radio wave energy and pass it along. I think I missed the calls. Alright, let's keep going. We'll get through the band.
Right now, VP Harris would not have to be the tiebreaker this week because Senator
560 WIND, Chicago.
Republican is out with a COVID, so they could do it with 50 votes. I want to go to Harry Hutchinson on the economics of this because Harry, to me, it is
I have to use a lot of volume on the faint stations. It might need new capacitors. I haven't really done any of that. I've only cleaned the volume potentiometer and the switch here, selector switch, which is really easy to service. So if you have to get in your radio, a breeze. This radio is really easy to work on. I think that was 580 WTCM. Traverse City, Michigan, 215 miles. These are very weak stations, as you can tell.
With long track records. What you have with your...
Sounds like 590 or 600.
By the fact that you're invested, by the fact that you have the parking sequence, number one. Number two, you're fighting all of these medical business. Both of those things tell me you are really...
A lot of static. That was Skywave could barely pick it up.
And you probably would see mutual funds as really secure.
So WMT 600, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 175 miles, 5,000 watts to the west. Again, we could bring the loop in, perpendicular to the top of the radio where the antenna is at.
Almost 100 years that house prices have gone down. And that was 2008. One time. Now, mutual funds are more volatile than that. They go up and down. But I would sit
So definitely great to have during the day and the evening. Wow, that's a great investment. So if you love listening to medium wave or AM, it's the way to go.
about mutual funds. And then you do what you decide to do. That way you won't wake up and that's good. Because you will understand, that'll make you understand and be comfortable with before you move forward. That is, when you meet with an investment professional as the heart of a teacher, it changes everything.
Yeah, they're not going to
Here's 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 52 miles away, 10,000 watts.
understand why they're recommending what they're recommending, but it's up to you to actually make the call. And so we get calls sometimes, they go, well, they made me do... No, they didn't make you do anything.
Yeah, my financial advisor lost money from me. No.
Country Music, CFCO, 630, Chatham, Ontario. 310 miles, 6,000 watts. We can try to improve it too. Why not?
It's locked up in a CD anyways.
Yeah, it wavers, and on the evenings it can change and get better too, of course. For those who listen to medium wave a lot, you know what I'm talking about.
But when you talk to younger black folks, they don't know anything about the Red Summer.
The items are now at the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture, where they will be processed and digitized.
The U.S. Army mandate that requires active duty soldiers to take a COVID vaccine.
Here's 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts.
Percent that are not vaccinated are contributing to the overall reduction in the number of men and women in the...
Okay, I think this is WSM, Nashville, Tennessee. I can point this to the north, and I'll be able to pick it up as well as if I was pointing it to the south. Definitely a stormy evening. Yep, this is WSM 650 Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles.
Call now at 855-56-DAVID, 855-56, 5843, or 56david.com.
Lower LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124061. Tide presents Laundry Truth, Cold Hard Savings.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to 100...
Okay, here's 670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago. Got really loud.
The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple. Plus, Tide Pods are designed for a powerful clean, even in cold. Wow, cool tip. Get it? Oh, yeah, I get it.
Turn to cold and save with Tide.
I'm thinking, if I get Tyler Malley out of Great American Ballpark, on his baseball term here with Clint. With his career ERA at home, I don't have it in front of me. I'm going to guess it's in the neighborhood of 5.
What are more of these symptoms?
It is much better on the road. And if I'm an executive and I think, let me get Tyler Malley out of that ballpark.
Here's WLW 700, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east.
Number 3, maybe in my rotation. Tyler Malley's not on
888, the number 4, Roofer, or LindholmRoofing.com.
Broadcast excellence for Chicago and the Midwest for 100 years. This is WGN at AM 720 and on smart devices worldwide. WGN Chicago. a Nexstar Media Group station.
So there you go. Got the call letters, top of the hour. It's 10 o'clock now. This is 720 WGN Chicago, local station for me.
President Biden addresses the nation and provides details on a U.S. airstrike that killed this top leader.
Steals across the meadows of my heart.
There you go. We got CFZM Zoomer Radio 740 Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
Always reminding me that we're apart.
Come on. How's that weird?
In Africa in 1998.
So we're mixing stations here. Picking up 750 WSB Atlanta, Georgia, and 760 WGR Detroit, Michigan. So I'm losing selectivity here, unfortunately. During the day, it's not too bad.
And described what he saw.
Houses for miles. They don't know where some parts of people's houses are. Schools, both in Perry and in Knott County, just ruined.
The hardest hit counties have been under a flash flood warning today, and Governor Beshear says when that ends, temps will go up.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, a wealthy...
Yeah, 760 WJR Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
During an African safari. I think the biggest mail fraud after a 3-week trial. Larry Rudolph was found guilty by a jury of 6 men and 6 women. He faces a maximum of life.
President testing positive for COVID-19.
Every lead.
The first defendant to stand trial.
To be a rare case of so-called rebound just after treatment with an antiviral drug. Hey folks, Joe Biden here.
The station here you can barely make out is WABC 770, New York City, New York. 750 miles to the northeast. It's right in between WGR and 780.
Local media in Taiwan has reported that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will make a visit to the island on her trip through Asia this week.
Okay.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken says previous speakers have visited the island.
Congress is an independent, co-equal branch of government. The decision is entirely the Speaker's.
The U.S. begins a court battle.
780 WBBM Chicago booming in, of course, overriding some of those faint stations. They have old-time radio Monday through Friday, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., which is really cool. Central Daylight Time. If you can pick it up, listen. It's good times. All right.
Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Lots of stations jumbled together tonight.
Hey, one more, then we'll let you go. We're scoreboard watching up here. Are you guys doing that in the dugout, watching Cleveland's games and also the White Sox, what they're doing?
Here's 830 WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles to the west.
We don't like to pay a lot of attention, but, we pay some attention, but not a lot.
Yeah, outstanding. A fun night. Go enjoy this.
News at the top of the hour and 30 minutes past. News Radio 840 WHAS. There's magic in the world.
There you go. You got the frequency and call letters. 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles.
1-800-JUMP.
When you've seen the magic
And felt the magic.
you can no longer deny the magic.
We make junk disappear.
I did pick up KOA Denver on 850 last night. Not going to pick it up tonight, though.
a notamment activé des canons à neige pour augmenter l'humidité des terrains. Plus de 140 pompiers ont passé la journée de lundi à tenter de dompter les flammes d'un feu qui est difficile d'accès. Le porte-parole de BC Wildfire, Brian Zandberg,
860 CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
That said, the forecast is looking somewhat favorable for this week.
Dick Morris says Donald Trump is running again. It's all in his new bestseller, The Return.
two-out single in the sixth to Luis Garcia, but Scherzer would get the first 2 outs in the seventh before bowing out after 6 2/3 innings, striking out 5. Scherzer now with a 1.62 ERA in his 6 starts since coming off the injured list. In line for his 7th win, which he would get tonight.
WCBS 880. Boy, it's a tough atmosphere. The little Skywave cannot keep up. This radio can, though. So yeah, WCBS 880, New York, 750 miles. Again, stormy out there to the west and east. In the middle here, it's nice and dry and clear skies.
My fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique two-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Finally, me and thousands of others are free from fungus.
Here's 890 WLS Chicago with a wonderful ad.
Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800.
Now we're going to go a little quicker. Okay, we got some classic oldies there, 940 WFAW for Atkinson, Wisconsin. That's kind of cool. That's a local station that I can listen to during the day and evening. It's great.
Being stripped of his Ryder Cup captain slot earlier in the week, so you got that for the moment.
How concerned are you for
Tim Anderson
and all of the various trees?
Big names, so it got a little bit of run, but it's also trying to determine exactly what the end game is, or if not the end game, what it is in 2022. For Liv, it's just let's have a conversation, let's have the PGA scramble.
KMBZ, Kansas City, Missouri, 490 miles, 5,000 watts.
Worried about the distribution or whatever, they're just printing money.
So broad and catastrophic is climate change. The composition of those forests change, and then the network of life, the zoning just do you for those forests inherently change. And there are some extremely rare trees that you might be aware of or not. Like we have 881 species of trees in the United States alone.
1,000's bumping into 990 here. This is CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
So something like climate change can disproportionately impact those extremely rare species, such as the Santa Catalina mountain mahogany or the Stearns Meldar, which is
Let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer. Your inventory may vary. Event ends September 6th.
Money saved.
So 1,000 WMVP, Chicago.
For the business's bottom line. That's why businesses throughout Northern Illinois partner with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program to create an energy game plan that finds them up to 30.
Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri. This CIA drone strike hit al-Zawahiri, and she apparently was on a balcony at a private residence in Kabul, which kind of gives rise to the arm's length relationship that reportedly existed between the Taliban.
So here's 1030 WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts. This is pretty cool, picking this up, and no static, which is fantastic. I love it. 880 miles.
Close aid to Osama bin Laden, and the world is certainly none the poorer.
He was a sailor on one of his father's ships, and shortly afterwards, when he was a teenager, he was a sailor in his own right, no longer on his father's ships, but plowing the...
1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
There was one extraordinary experience that John Newton had as about an 11 or 12-year-old boy on this first voyage with his father, which might be called a supernatural experience. And it's the kind of dream which, J.R.R. Tolkien might have scripted.
He was in just offshore from Venice,
and a figure appeared and gave him a ring and told him to look after it. He was told that if he looked after this ring, all would be well with his life, but he must care for it. That figure disappeared, and another one came and mocked the value of that ring.
Quite frankly, capable of the just.
Back on the wrap-up show, Cleveland is victorious here tonight by a final score.
Yeah, there's a station there. WTAM 1100, Cleveland, Ohio. 345 miles to the east.
What's the, like, managing a game like this where you get, you know, like bullpens have been used the way they've been used? Like, what's going through your mind?
A lot. I mean, you know, you're trying to win every game you can.
Yeah, fair. I totally get that one. Hotel California, same thing. Yeah.
KMOX 1120, St. Louis, Missouri. 275 miles south-southwest.
I got something on that Eagle.
Hotel California is a little bit more eerie than Witchy Woman.
Yes.
I mean, Witchy Woman's just kind of like a vibe.
Okay, no need to keep making fun of me.
Because in putting the green agenda, there was no food. The people were starving, and they got angry and stormed the Capitol, chased the leaders out, took over, and fomented a real revolution. A real insurrection, not like this January 6th thing.
Well, there was an insurrection on January 6th, but it was just the opposite. The insurrection was against legitimate government, a legitimate president.
Okay, so this is a local station, I believe, 1160, WYLL.
These people were criminals.
We're not that stupid. This is why nobody's paying attention to mainstream media anymore. Because they insult you to your face. We're smarter than that. And they're like, hey, how come we don't have any credibility? It must be all these people on the social medias that we need to censor. Because otherwise they would...
WHAM 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Here's a question. How many different levels of evidence and proof do we need that Joe Biden himself is quote-unquote...
Okay, we're going to zip up the rest of the dial here. I get tired of the political talk. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's just like the same thing over and over. It's like, I want to hear something different. Probably why I like to listen to Coast to Coast. They got some crazy stuff on there, which you got to listen to once in a while.
And, you know, we're so tired of being betrayed by rhinos, aren't we?
I'm sick of it. I just hope they all get voted out of office, but we can just keep telling the people.
1220, I think this is WHKW, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. Okay, we're running out of time. Go right to the top. There's quite a bit you can find between 1200 and 1500, but it takes a lot of time. Sounds like jazz in New Orleans.
And economists are debating that, but
there's no ice cream truck music.
They have their role.
Eating things every single day.
Almost done.
Yo, Pablo Torre here, host of the ESPN Daily Podcast. When you want to go beyond your feet, when you want to get inside,
it was $9 trillion.
You want to get behind the highlight.
1530 WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio is coming in clear there.
Very slowly draining it out. And you put your
1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa.
what's going on now? Because we've had
See if we can't pick up 1610.
I'm sure there could be a line on whether or not there would be.
There we are, CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles, 1610. Just picking up a hint with 1610, kind of swamping at 1620, Traffic Advisory Radio, Lake County, Illinois.
Like I'm living in the dark and my heart's turned cold since you left my life.
KCJJ, the mighty 1630, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles, 1,000 watts. We're done with our band scan, the Patrolman SW-60 evening. Fairly challenging, as you could hear. The Skywave was struggling. Some stations were coming in great. We did have a lot of static there for a while. I think some storms were definitely propagating to the east. I know that when I look at the radar map. But overall, this radio can handle quite a bit. FM, it sounds fantastic. Shortwave, it does pick up stations. Weather, it does pick up my weather stations. I've heard my local repeaters. I have heard air, but it's pretty quiet on the air band. So this radio is worth the $40 if you can find for 40. Definitely, it's a cool classic. Looks neat sitting on your shelf. It's an awesome radio. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the radio. Give the radio a big like. Yeah. And definitely check one out. I'll have little eBay links for you. They're affiliate links. They help the channel. If you buy one of these radios, I think I get like 2% of that sale out of eBay's pocket, which is good, not yours. And you support the channel, and maybe I can pick up the CB60 and we can feature that on this channel and do all the different things. And hear if we can pick up any CBers out there, because I live by a highway. A lot of truckers drive down there, so maybe we'll hear from somebody. Alrighty, great. So if you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Patrolman SW-60. Would you add it to your collection of radios? Is it too big for you? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Most people find this one pretty attractive looking. I do. It's pretty neat. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.